Hey everyone, what's up? My name's Frost Giant, and welcome back to another deck profile. Sorry, I'm like super hyped right now. But yeah, so today's deck profile, we're going to be looking at the Elemental Hero deck. Sorry, I forgot that one. I'll be putting this in two parts. I've got one that focuses specifically on Sparkman, Avian, Burstinatrix, Clayman, Bubbleman, and then the other one that focuses on a ton of other Elemental Heroes. So let's jump right into this. So there are several different ways to go across this. My main way of seeing this is you can either use the XYZ setup or the Fusion setup on both of my decks. I'll just give you guys a quick look at the other one. So there's that one. And here's this one. I still have to dumb this one down. This one has way too many cards. It's too OP. And I just gotta shorten it. But yeah, for the most part, it's all based around fusions. But we're going to be looking at this one today. 40 cards solid, and we'll just jump into this. So right off the bat, you'll notice that pretty much all of these are normal monsters for the most part. Then there's a few effects, and I'll get into those here in a second. But I've got two Elemental Hero Sparkman, two Elemental Hero Clayman. Clayman's pretty much used for defense with its 2000. Sparkman, for the most part, will be in attack position, but I don't keep him on the field long enough considering I just use nothing but fusions, as you will see as I go through the deck. Then I've got Burstinatrix, two of her. I've got two Avions, one Blade Edge because he does piercing damage, and his attack is really strong. I've got two Captain Golds, in which his ability is you can send him from your hand to the graveyard to add one Skyscraper from your deck to your hand, and he cannot be, you cannot summon him unless you have a Skyscraper or he will be destroyed. So then I've got three Prismas, in which what he does is you can send one card from your deck, or you can select one fusion monster from your extra deck, then send one card listed as its fusions from your deck to the graveyard. It then becomes said card that you just sent to the graveyard. So it helps a lot when it comes to fusions, and his attack is decent. So I keep three of him. Then I've got two Woodsmans, in which he's also good for defense. And once per turn, you during your standby phase, you can add one Polymerization from your deck or your graveyard back to your hand. Whoops, where'd he go? And I know a lot of people like to have like Blazeman or Rottweiler or other different ways to get Polymerization to your hand. I like Woodsman just because he's really good when it comes to defense. So that's my go-to. Like I said, there's probably about hundreds of thousands of different decks people have to construct elemental heroes, seeing as there are like 40 some elemental hero fusions and the amount of elemental hero cards itself are ridiculous, but this is my version of it. Then I've got two Bubblemans, in which if he's the only card in your hand, you can special summon him. And when this card is summoned, you can draw two cards, but you must control no other cards or have any other cards in your hand to activate his effect. So pretty much if he's the only card you have, period, special summon him, and boom, you can draw two cards. And then I've got E Emergency Call, in which you can add one Elemental Hero monster from your deck to your hand, which is good to get cards coming to your hand. Then I've got one Raigeki, just completely annihilate your opponent's field. Three Polymerizations, as you can see, due to the 15 fusion monsters I have down beneath me. R is Righteous Justice. With this, you can destroy as many Spawn Trap cards on the field equal to the amount of Elemental Hero cards you control. So if you have five, then boom, five back rows are gone. Then I've got Miracle. Whoops. Miracle Fusion, which is like Polymerization, but instead of fusing from your hand or the field, you can fuse from the field or your graveyard, but you must banish the cards that you used in the fusion. But that's fine, so I've got three of that, but I also have Parallel World Fusion, which is the opposite effect of Miracle Fusion, in which you can select one um, extra deck fusion monster, and if the materials that require it are in your that it requires, excuse me, are in your graveyard, or not graveyard, are banished, then you can add the cards that are banished back to your deck. And but while doing so, you can still special summon the fusion monster you selected to begin with. So pretty much any card that was banished now goes back to your deck, and you can fusion summon. So that's really beneficial. But at the same time, there is where is the beautiful beast. Uh, Elemental Hero The Shining, in which he gains 300 attack per every card that's banished. So if you're going to get Shining on the field, make sure you use a Miracle Fusion on him, but I'll get to that in a little bit. But then I've got Fifth Hope, in which you can target 5 Elemental Hero cards in your graveyard. That is like fusion material monsters or the fusion card itself. Add them to your deck and then draw 2 cards. Then I have O for Oversoul, in which you can target 1 Elemental Hero normal monster in your graveyard and special summon that target, which is beneficial considering I have 8 right here. And so I've got 2 of those just in case. Then I've got the A forces, in which for every spellcaster or warrior on your field, warrior monsters gain 200 attack for each one. So say you have like 5 warriors or 5 spellcasters, all of which these are warriors, by the way. So you have 5 of them. Each warrior you control will gain 1,000 attack, which is really beneficial. And then Skyscraper, which I mentioned earlier with Captain Gold. If an elemental hero attacks a monster whose attack is stronger than your elemental hero will gain 1,000 attack during your battle phase. Then I've got Hero Signal, in which if level 4 or lower elemental hero card you control is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower, or it's just when a monster you control, excuse me, is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower elemental hero monster for your deck. And then uh, Reflector Ray is really beneficial, especially if you are doing a whole extra deck fusion set, because when an elemental hero fusion monster is destroyed by battle, then your opponent takes damage times 300 times its level. So say you hit this one, which is a level 10, it would be 300. So your opponent takes 3,000 for destroying that monster. So yeah, so 300 times their level. So for the most part, I've got Electrum. I won't really explain all their abilities because all of them do different things. But Electrum takes 5, which is Avion, Burstinatrix, Clayman, and Bubbleman. Or he only takes 4, excuse me. He doesn't take Sparkman. And then I've got Core, in which he actually brings back banished monsters, which is really good. Tempest, which takes Avion, Sparkman, and Bubbleman. I've got Great Tornado, which just takes 1 wind, which I use Avion for, and then 1 elemental hero monster, which is any other monster in my deck. Plasma Vice, which does piercing damage as well. Uh, and that is for Sparkman and Blade Edge. Then I've got Nova Master, which is just 1 fire monster and 1 elemental hero, which is Burstinatrix and any of the other ones. The Shining, like I said, is just 1 light monster and 1 elemental hero, and the light monster would be Prisma or Sparkman. Am I missing anyone else? Nope, just those 2. And then what else do I have? Absolute Zero is 1 water, which is Bubbleman and 1 hero. Thunder Giant is Sparkman, Clayman. Uh, Gaia, which is pretty much Earth and elemental hero. Flame Wingman, Avion Burstinatrix, and then Phoenix Enforcer, which is Flareon, or not Flareon. Where did I get Flareon from? Uh, Avion and Burstinatrix as well, which for these 2 are interchangeable, depending on like their attack and defense are exactly the same. It's just what effect you want at the time. Same thing with Rampart Blaster and is that it? Yeah. Nope. Here it is. Right? Hold on. I need to check something. Clayman Burstinatrix. Yeah, okay, I guess. I thought there was another one. I guess I just don't have it in the deck. But yeah, it's Clayman and Burstinatrix for this one. There's also another one you could use that are interchangeable. Like I said, it's just all based on card effects. I assumed for some reason I had the other version of it in my deck, but I guess I don't. Then Mudball Man, which literally is not good for anything except building up a giant defense because its defense is 3,000, but it works. And then I have Steam Healer. Wow, I was completely like blacked out on that one, which is Burstinatrix and Bubble Man. So those are my go-to, but honestly, hold on, let me do this real quick. I will show you guys the fusions. So if you guys are just that curious, Let's just go. So literally all these are fusions. There are 40 some fusions, I believe. All depending on what you want to do. There's a whole elemental hero deck that focuses on Neos. There's one that focuses on stuff like this. There's one that focuses on pretty much just no fusions at all, just XYZs. So yeah, there's definitely a variety if you want to go. This is my version of the deck, so this is going to be part one. I'll post the second version of the deck later. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If so, please leave a like. Comment down below what other decks you want to see. If you guys want me to add anything to this deck, get rid of stuff. Like I said, this is my own interpretation of it. It's the deck I use. I've actually been winning recently with this deck, so I kind of like it. So I don't really want to do a lot of tweaking. But if you guys have like little suggestions here and there, by all means, tell me. But yeah, with that, I will catch you all later.